Well. Welcome to another episode of that show on a Tuesday, to where I talk to two amazing people and they tell me about the things that they are doing in their life. You know what it is, baby. It's Home Bars Live. So today, without, getting into too much of the nuts and bolts of everything, I think I kind of just said it. I have two amazing guests with me today, one being Geo Thompson and the other one being Parris Broadus. We're going to have so much fun today. And I hope you guys are all ready to get down with us and sit down, relax, and how do you say, partay. But we're going to get this thing started with my guy, Geo. So, Geo, Mr. Thompson, how are you doing, my guy?
What is going on, world? I'm doing all right, my friend. Happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me out here. Always good to see my brother Mo.
Of course, man. So, first and foremost, thanks for coming on. We've been having technical difficulties out the yaya, and you've stuck in like a real trooper. But one of the things I wanted to ask you is, for one, where are you from? What are you doing? And I heard that we're not currently at your bar, but I know your home bar is it may be a little limited, but what you drinking on, baby?
Right now I'm sipping on some rum. I'm a big rum guy. So I've got a brand that's pretty familiar with a lot of you all here. Plantation Pineapple Rum.
Oh yeah.
Obviously this label's going to change and the name's going to change on it, but hopefully they keep the old Stiggins recipe going. Always great in any mixed drinks, but I love to sip on it. So like right now I'm sitting here, like I'm obviously at home right now, but I'm sitting here at my the bar I normally run. This is a picture of the bar when it first opened. It looks a lot different right now. There's actually no bottles on the shelves on the bar yet, and half this furniture is either broken or missing at this point. And there are now 5 pinball tables around the room. But I thought being appropriate, seeing as how limited my home bar is, that usually there are more bottles in the trash than on the shelves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you said that half of the furniture is broken. Did you have was it like WrestleMania or something
Well, we do have something called emo nights, which people get a little rowdy there and break some of the stuff. But also like the 4 tables in the middle behind me all get moved out for dance floor. We have DJ nights on the weekends, so like over the years, those things getting flipped upside down have started to fall apart. And
Nice.
The cool thing about the opening was that everything was like reused wood. Everything was just steel and wood, and you get to the point of 6 or 7 years of your restaurant being open, like things fall apart pretty quickly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you're part of the USPG.
Yep.
Kyle, our boss, just left the ranks of the USPG. Can you talk a little bit about kind of your journey through the USPG and what it's meant to you, and I guess to wrap it all up, what would be some of the things you'd like to see moving forward?
Yeah. So my journey with USPG started around like 2014, 2015. At that point, a lot of up and coming bartenders who are pretty well known in the community now, guys like Skylar Hunton, who won the most imaginative bartenders now in Miami. Rand Duan is a restaurateur here in Boston, won that as well. A few other folks that have moved on or passed, unfortunately, were doing a lot of competitions and representing USPG. At that point, I was a young restaurant manager who had bartended for many years, and I just wanted to be involved in the community and seeking out things that, opportunities for my staff to kind of latch on to. Obviously, being a buyer in a small sense at that point, I had exposure to a lot of education. So I wanted to provide more things for those folks. So over the years, attending some regional conferences. Most recently, 3 years ago, I started being interested in joining leadership. And at this point, I'm the president of the Boston chapter here. Yeah, I am from Boston. I skipped over that part.
That's okay.
Up here in Boston. Yeah, so obviously it's been a difficult year trying to put together events. We usually have a lot of social interaction and tastings and educational events where we get people together outside their bars to kind of have conversations. And so kind of like everything in the last year, it's like finding that pivot on how we can continue to offer, value. The membership it has a fee associated with, so I want to make sure we can feed some people, get people some drinks to make them have some value to that. So what I want to see out of it, again, I'm entering my last year in leadership, so I'll be running for election into next year. We'll just keep the momentum going, because I think we've had some positive momentum in Boston after some shakiness over the years. So I just wanted to see it become more a part of the culture in Boston. There's a lot of, we're running on some great fuel with the National Charity Foundation, raising a lot of money and giving a lot of grants to a lot of people this past year, which is pretty great. And continuing that trend, signing people up and bringing people out to conferences, and just seeing what offering more educational opportunities and career advancement opportunities for folks. So that's the USBG in a nutshell for me.
Dig it, man. So we had the luxury of meeting at camp and had the pleasure of sharing some really dope moments, man, and sharing some laughs, some tears, and a whole lot of booze in between.
Oh yeah.
So my thing is after experiencing something like that, and for the people that haven't went, if you were able to design your own version of if you were able to have, let's say, a party at camp, you had your own party, what would it be? What kind of party would you throw?
Wow. I guess there's two ways to answer that. I would, have a, let's see, just more free time. Free time would be the party we would have at camp. just a moment to sit down and not be on such a tight schedule. And please, I know a lot of the Lushside people are going to be watching this, so thank you for all you do. And I know that the structure is based on putting as many brands together, and
Geo. Now, look, dog. You can say whatever you want. This is not a criticism of camp.
Yeah.
This is literally if you were able to throw a party, what would you throw? Because we would all tell you, and I think they would all tell you, it's a marathon, not a sprint. But if you were having your own party, what would it be?
So I would kind of base my favorite part of it was the campfire experience. And even though it was, adjacent to the giant party under the pavilion, kind of taking that experience of sharing stories, and some folks, including myself, brought a guitar, and then just kind of sitting around and really getting to have some intimate moments after, a long day of, enjoying lots of libations, and everyone's exhausted, but that moment you all kind of just looked at each other and you realize the family you're in. So that's the kind of party I would have. Definitely would like to have a beer brand sponsor. Just get some, some more hydration into the spirit imbibing. And we would just lounge around and just kind of have everyone stand up like we did the first night at the campfire and say, "This is me. This is where I'm from. This is what I'm about." I'm putting myself out there. Some people, really find themselves at camp, and I definitely, even at my advanced stage over here, I definitely found moments like that in camp. I'm just shit, this is all about individual appreciation, which is not always the case in the kind of team environment that restaurants are focused in. So that would be my party, man. Everybody just campfire and chill,
Hell yeah, there you go. And I don't think there's anything wrong. I would go to campfire and chill as often as I could. It sounds like a great time. So,
Yeah,
um, now you brought up something I also want to touch on. You're a musician. I remember when you
yep,
broke out the guitar, and I
yep.
was like, "Yo, look at my man's over here, though." Because I mean, it's just so melodic, just like, and the beauty of it was like you weren't someone that was like walking around like, yeah, man, I can, yeah, 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 just out of nowhere. You just get it, daddy. So, how long have you been playing, and has that been something that you found yourself kind of digging more into during COVID?
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, like I've been playing since I was 16. I never did any serious study on guitar. I actually, was a music and anthropology major when I went to Tufts. But I did a lot of like world music, West African percussion. I did gamelan from Indonesia, um, and just a lot of studying in cultures and stuff like that. But I did vocal performance as the performance aspect of my major. Uh, but yeah, so like during, I've been playing and I'm it's Boston is a city that's full of a lot of musicians. Obviously, the Berklee College of Music is a big thing out here. And for a while, I would present myself as like, hey, I'm a guitar player. I'm pretty good. And it's always the quiet people who don't say anything
Mm-hmm.
that those people you show up to one of their gigs and you're like, yeah, I'm just not going to talk anymore. So I learned that lesson the hard way. So um, just like anything in life, just be humble and let your experience speak for itself. Is the best way. So during COVID, I had been messing around with banjo for a couple of years, and you know, it's a completely different instrument from guitar. So obviously the tuning's the same. I can play chords on any stringed instrument. I can play lead lines on any instrument, but like I was never a big finger picking guy, and like you have to kind of like syncopate and play lead lines and completely different style of playing on any instrument I've ever played before. So I kind of dug into that a little bit. My mom bought me this. Um, I love my mom. Shout out to my mom. Hopefully she watches this later. Um, but she got me this book by Pete Seeger, How to Play the Five String Banjo,
Nice.
and this book came out I think in the '60s or '70s. And he did oh nope, second edition 1954. So yeah, this came out in the '50s, and it's the third edition. So I've been working my way through this. Gosh,
So
background
now
filters.
my next question is, do you have the banjo close to you? And if you, I mean, I don't know if you could, hit a little bling bling for us. I mean, I don't know. It's entirely up to you.
Oh gosh, hold on.
See, this is why I love my guy. You gotta love this, right? The guy talks about he's been working on the banjo. You ask him, and he's like, let me go see what I can do.
I'm not going to play much for now, but this was my little banjo. Was like I bought this at a local pawn shop in Somerville, Massachusetts. For like $100, and it looked like nothing, but turns out
Nice.
it's like
Looks
a
like it
little
helped.
home kit they sold. So
Nice.
um, that's all I'm going to give you right now.
Well, that's more
I,
than I can
I
get
I
out.
didn't say I was
So
great at banjo. I said I've been digging into it. No, I can play some songs, but you
nice,
know,
man. So okay, so we're building a band. This is
yeah,
the G Tops, okay?
yeah.
So in the G Tops, what kind of music are you playing? And like what kind do you have like is it like a big band to I mean you got like a 40-piece horn section, or you got like, your little trio and y'all just like banging it out? Like what kind of band, if you were designing your ultimate band, would it look like?
My ultimate band. Wow,
The
that's
G
quite a
Tops.
question.
Yeah, man.
Uh, see, I listen to a lot of different forms of music. I know everybody says that, but I listen to everything. I came up playing a jazz band in high school, and then when I was a music major, I went through a lot of classical, and then just like I work at a live music venue, so I hear everything all the time and constantly keeping up with people. But the stuff I go back to as far as what I listen to and I'd like to be a part of is that like uh mid 90s Tribe Called Quest, um Gangstar, like that kind of those jazzy hip hop beats with a group of
Mm-hmm.
MCs. I would love to be a part of being a musician in one of those kind of groups, like bringing a live music form to that, and bringing back the whole culture.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
you know.
So okay. So we're sitting there and band is together, right?
Yep.
Band is together. Now you get a chance to pick 3 MCs. What 3 MCs would you want to work with on the G Top's first project?
This is current day MCs or all time MCs?
This is entirely up to you, baby. This is the G Tops, dog. This is whatever you want it to be.
Well, I mean, two of my top MCs I already named the bands they're in, but Guru, Questlove. Sorry, no, not, gosh. Guru, Fife Dog, and RIP to both of them. And then probably someone like Kendrick, just to bring some fresh energy to that vibe as well.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I think that would be a dope album. And I mean, I could imagine the ciphers would be pretty hot going, amongst
right?
those three for sure. For sure.
Right.
So getting the chance to kind of like, as we have been riding this COVID wave the past year and some change, as hopefully this starts to kind of, I don't want to say end because it's never really going to go anywhere, I don't think, but as things start to get back to normal, what are some of the things you're looking forward to getting back to doing? Like if everything was how it was tomorrow, what's the first thing you're going to go do?
Go to a live music venue and see a show. I mean, bottom line. Again, I was working the place behind me in this picture, like there's a back room that has a music venue for 525 people, so it's like a medium-sized room. And so I got to run the restaurant in front, check in on all the bars in the venue, and just hear music all day. And this is the sappiest thing ever. But last night I watched American Idol, the pilot for American Idol.
Yeah.
This season, and just hearing like the singers and like getting chills, again, like I started crying. It's like being a part of that experience. Obviously, seeing friends I haven't seen in person in a while. Obviously, sharing drinks with some of the like I've been involved in a Zoom call with a bunch of strangers like every Saturday, every weekend for this last year. Like I cannot wait to like get together a group of those people, like do some karaoke with them, have some drinks, like that. That's the vibe I'm going for. I want to hear music. I want to be involved in music, and I want to be around people. So,
Word. I got one more for you before I let you go for the moment, my guy. Now we're at that music venue, right? This is the music venue that you wanted to go to. Who's playing? And now I need an opener, mid, and closer. Now they living or dead, doesn't matter. But the G Tops is definitely closing. So
right.
So we need the opening, mid, and closer for this concert.
Okay. Now you're pushing me. Okay. I would have an opening set by Jay Dilla, just performing on the MPC. And then I would have Wu-Tang Clan in there. And probably like Herbie Hancock at some point. So
Ooh,
yeah, that would lead right into Herbie Hancock and the Headhunters leading to a nice jazzy transition into the G Tops.
Okay. Now the beauty of it is I could tell that you're looking at your vinyl collection, and you are trying, and you're like, oh man, okay, and that's what I love about it, because that's telling me that you do love music, and it's not just because I think people that have a serious vinyl collection kind of says a lot about them and their love for music. Not that kids that were born in the 90s that collect CDs, we get it, you guys, whatever. But thank you, my guy. So don't go anywhere. Gonna bring you back in for a little bit of a wrap up. But from now on, gonna be moving on and saying hello to Parris. So my guy, thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. See you in a second.
All right, brother.
So that was my dude Geo, who dropped a little bit of banjo plucking on us, as amongst other things. But we're gonna be moving on and hanging out with my girl Parris Broadus, who's hanging out, chilling, doing her thing in a new space. And so without further ado, what's up, P?
Hey, what's up? Sorry, I was starting my video. Hi.
How are you, love?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. It seems like you're in a new space, which has to be exciting.
I am. It's like kind of embarrassing. I've been here for almost 3 weeks, but I work full time and I go to school full time, and I have a 4-year-old. So I have so many boxes that are just like everywhere.
Okay, so for all of you listening at home, if any of you judge this lady, please rewind and listen to what she just said. She works full time. She's a full-time student, and she's a full-time mom, and she's still killing it. So I don't think there's any judgment except for praise going around to you. Thank you for being you and doing what you do. So this is Home Bars Live. So why don't you give us a little the Tour de France and
okay, so the Tour de France, it's actually almost entirely a Tour de France. It's a lot of cognac. I'm a brand ambassador now, so this is actually my daily dose of cognac. This is just some water, because we got to stay hydrated. We have to think about mental health in 2021. And then I've got just like a few little things up here, but this is it for right now. I'm still transporting a lot of my other bottles from my previous home. So that's it for right now. But I've got some like really exciting things on that bar. So I'm proud of it. It's a start.
All right, well, why don't you tell us about some of those exciting things that you have on that bar that you're excited about?
So super secret, and I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about other brands on here. I'm really sorry.
Hey, no judgment here.
Yeah, so Hennessy is we are releasing a new master blender selection. It's going to be number 4. Super delicious. I can't wait. But that's like the most exciting thing on my bar right now. It's delicious. I don't know if you saw, but like almost half the bottle's gone, because I just take it out with me to like share it with other bartenders, because I'm like, you're gonna want to get in on this. Like once it comes out, you absolutely want to get in on this.
Word. So let's talk about this new role and kind of that you're in now. But first, let's do the check-in. Let everyone know who you are, where you're from, and where you are now, actually.
Ooh, yeah, for sure. I'm actually going to change my location so that I can sit down and that you don't have to keep looking at all these boxes.
There's no way we want you to sit down and be comfortable and be comfortable in the interview. No, who wants that? Come on.
So as you guys can see, I have just moved. I'm living in Atlanta right now. I was in Decatur, but I live in the Mattress Factory Loft right now. I have a really awesome space. Super excited about it. During COVID, I just like almost everybody else, I got furloughed. So I spent 2.5 months just like at home, and that really got me thinking. I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do or like how I'm gonna pivot. Sorry, I'm like trying to get some good lighting here. I'm like,
pivot. She said pivot.
Yeah,
Everyone's favorite word.
I had to figure out how to pivot. And so instantly I was like, well, my skills could be translatable, but I don't have like a degree to back it up. And so I really started thinking, and I was just like, okay, obvious choices. I should go back to school. I have time now, you know. And here I am thinking, I'm just like, well, if I go back to bartending, it's not going to be the same as it was. So this is totally an obtainable goal. And then, sorry, I'm like,
Okay.
really drinking. But then I started getting these opportunities kind of like presented to me where people were like, hey, you should apply for this brand ambassador position. And so I was just like, okay, cool. So I started out with one and I didn't hear back from them. So I was like, okay, like maybe this isn't for me. And then I was in the process of interviewing with another one. And then Hennessy just kind of came in and like swooped me up.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that was in October. And I'm sorry if you can hear that clanging in the background, I apologize. But yeah, they swooped me up in October. And so it was kind of crazy because I was like, so I went to school to get a job and I got the job, but I'm still in school. So, so yeah, I'm just trying to juggle and do all of those things and move, you know. So if you ever want to come over, it's like part shipping warehouse, part almost made bar. We got everything.
It's that BGM. It's that Black Girl Magic is what it is.
Everything here.
I mean, it's really dope to kind of hear that because I feel in some ways when I got my job, I was in the same situation. I was coming off a severely dislocated wrist. I didn't know if I was going to have a job. I was working at a bar that had just opened and we were slammed. I mean, going through, and I mean, being almost 40, it was like I'm looking to transition out of what I was doing. And lo and behold, you know, I had some angels looking out for me and it worked out to where I am now. So, I mean, it's super dope to kind of hear that because at times when you're looking for things and you put that energy out there, you don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen for you.
Yeah.
You know, and now, you know, you move in school and all the other dope stuff. So that being said, and we've been to camp together. We've been to camp, Portland, New Orleans. We didn't been all over the place damn near.
We've been through it.
So it's kind of the same thing I asked Geo, because you've been to camp as well too, you know, and I think that we've all been either in the pool or we've been in the rec hall or we've been at campfire and was like, damn, if I could throw a party, I would do this. So I want to ask you the same question. If you were given like carte blanche to throw a party, what kind of party would you throw?
Or anything goes?
So basically, the parameters on this show go like this, right? You can say whatever you want as long as it's not something that your parents might question. And second, yeah, say what you want. Because if you're not being honest and being open, then why did you come on this show?
Well, I meant for camp. So like this party can be anything. Like, do rules apply, or is this just like the ultimate party where, like, I guess that's what carte blanche means. I went to school. I'm in school right now. Okay. I got it. So I know that it's my brand. I swear to God, this is not self-promotion. If I could throw any party, it would be under the Hennessy. It would be a nighttime pool party that is all neon. So neon, pools glowing underneath, cocktails like fashioned after like mermaids and things like that. Like it would be a nighttime pool party. There would be at least 4 lifeguards to make sure that there's no but yeah, I would throw an under the Hennessy party, and it would be completely neon at night in the pool, like maybe have some of those mermaids that do pool parties, and I don't know, it would be outlandish.
Well, as long as I can bring a bunch of mezcal vodka, I'm completely okay with that. So that sounds like a lot of fun, and that sounds Oh, we would have to hire a couple of No, we couldn't. We'd have to get outside security for that because
Oh, absolutely. Charles
outside
wouldn't be able to handle all that.
We'd have to get outside lifeguards too that don't necessarily work at camp, that ain't pick favorite people that they like, because somebody gonna drown in that pool that night.
I mean, I don't think, no, it would be all lit up. It would be all lit up. We'd be able to see everything. It would be fine. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
It would be fine.
Oh no, he over there playing Mr. Floaty. Oh, he playing Mr. Floaty, huh? Flip him over.
Fine. Stop killing my dreams, Mo.
So and again, we've had a chance to kind of see and experience some pretty dope stuff together. One of my favorite memories was we were in New Orleans, and it was for Tales. And this was also, I think this was coming off of the first year we met, I want to say. So like that camp vibe and then seeing each other in Tales was just like, it was lit. I mean, and we that was a party week. And with Tales kind of being absent for the last year or so, if you were able to design or if you were able to have kind of like your own conference, what would be some of the elements that you'd want to implement as far as like your core rules or like your mission statement? Because we've seen some of the things that go on and some of these things behind the scenes. What would kind of be like your message as far as the way you want to run things?
So I think that whenever I go to a conference, one of my main things is having respect for the place that you're at, right? So like, I get it. We all want to have fun. We all want to do these great things. I think that there would be like a required orientation of like, hey, this is what's appropriate. This is what isn't. Like, I know that you're a bartender, but going into somebody else's spot and like judging them, like that's their home. Like, how would you feel if somebody came into your bar and was like, you're doing this wrong and you're doing that wrong? And it's like, no, like, beautiful thing is we all do things differently and we should just like embrace it, that I feel like I think one of the reasons that I really enjoy like Lush Life productions and like everything that they put on is the fact that they make such a safe space for people that are there, and everybody kind of feels that. So I feel like everybody kind of looks out for each other. So I would definitely want to like implement something like that. And then just having like mental health initiatives, because I think that sometimes those events are a little bit much, and a lot of people like they think that bartenders are just like these extroverted creatures that are just like so out there. But the truth is a lot of us are kind of introverted as well, and sometimes we just like need our space. So I think that like just like having spaces to go and like chill. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. And like Tales is one of those things that's gonna always have a place in my heart, because I've met some of my best future friends in life at the Monteleone. I mean, I can go there and the security guards know me. I remember one time I had lost my bracelet and I just wanted to get in the pool. It was hot and like I just knew, I was like, man. I was like, you know what? Screw it, I'm gonna go. Get up there. He was like, hey man, what's up? And I was like, sweet. So I mean, it's in camp, like those things start to become a second home for you, because again, I think when you respect the place that you are and the space that you're in, it provides you with that nurture, that are those nutrients of life, I want to say, that you look around a room and you're like, damn, I know why I'm doing this. I know why I'm here. I know why I'm investing in myself to become better at this.
For sure.
So for all the new bartenders coming into the game, what would be some words of wisdom you'd want to give them? And
I'm a whole mess. I don't know why you're asking this question.
as the word, as the M of wisdom came out of my mouth, I just saw that smile go up. So Words of wisdom or things to do and not to do.
So I guess like my words of wisdom, like for new baby bartenders coming in, don't feel like you have to overly consume. Just because somebody puts a drink in front of you doesn't mean that you have to drink it. You can take a sip if you want to be polite, but like think about yourself. I would say drink more water. That's something that I constantly forget. I'm like, what's this liquid? I don't understand. But yeah, I think that just like drinking water, especially when you're at tails, like find water and drink it. Yeah, I would say like don't feel pressured. You know, it's just like everybody has different tolerances. I'll be super honest. Like after I started this position, like I can't drink the way that I used to. I tried one night, like a couple of weeks ago, and I was down for the count. I was down for the count for like 3 days. And I was like, well, I guess I can't do that anymore. So just realize that like everybody's tolerances are different. Be nice. Like and I feel like that's so self-explanatory, but just like, you don't have to talk to somebody for like 40 minutes, but like, be nice. I'm going to be super honest. I think that one of the reasons that I got this job is because I'm nice to people. You know, it's like, I try to be nice until you're not nice to me. And then like, but other than that, like everybody's my friend, you know, until you're not. And so like, but yeah, like be nice. Don't, you know, if you want to get too drunk, that's fine. Just have like an accountability buddy that can make sure that you're good. Don't lie. We all know when you're too drunk. Don't lie. Ask for help when you need it. Like nobody's going to judge you. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather you be safe and me know that you were too drunk and like make fun of you later than like you seriously injure yourself. So like judgment-free zones, you know, just like try to help when you can, I guess. It's just, yeah, just like be nice.
Yeah. And knowing and understand that everyone understands that sometimes we know what it's like when that pressure is around to not say no. I mean, we've all been there. I mean, we've all had nights to where we got pretty drunk. I know for a fact.
It happens.
Yeah. I remember waking up many a nights in them tiny little beds, thinking to myself, oh my God, what did I just do? And then you roll over and grab the bottle and take it to the shower with you because it helps. Shower whiskey helps you get through everything. For those of you at home that have never had shower whiskey, this will be one of my, I guess, to young bartenders. If you don't know what shower whiskey is, don't try it until you're ready.
And you'll know when you're ready.
You'll know when you're ready. You'll know when you're ready. It's gonna be that morning when you wake up and it's feet and you're like, I think I'm ready. And you know, you might grow a couple of nose hairs that day. But so being something I want to touch on is being a mom in this climate, in this world that you're in right now, and working the way you are and doing all the things that you're doing to provide and not only for yourself but the little one, to kind of give them that path of greatness. What are some of your biggest struggles, if you don't mind talking about that? And then what are some of those things that every time you look at the little one, you're just like, I got this?
So I would say my biggest struggles, I have a lot of mental like health issues that I'm working through. And it was really hard when I was bartending because I was emotionally giving myself to the people that I saw every day. And so I feel like I wasn't able to fully give him that. So I'm learning how to give him more of myself because I have more available, but I'm still pretty busy. So it's still like me learning how to do that. So I think that that's like my biggest struggle right now.
but like every time that I see him, he's just like growing and learning so much. Like he started to like sneeze into his elbow instead of just like out in the open. And I'm just like, I'm so proud. I'm sorry, I'm like getting emotional, but I'm so proud of you. You're just like this, you're just like a whole person. That's crazy. You know. And so it's just like I look at him, and you know, it's just like just the small things that he does. It's like I know that that's obviously like outside influence too. I like to think that I am raising an okay human. You know, his teachers tell me that like whenever a child is like feeling sad or something, he'll like go up to them and be like, "Are you okay?" And so I'm just like, "Oh, so your mom being overly empathetic is like a good thing." um, so yeah, I'm just glad that he's like this really awesome little human, you know? And I love him. I love him a lot. He's great.
Well, I mean, that is amazing to hear. And I can't thank you enough, because that's letting me know that at least somebody, gonna be one person out there, the future's gonna be okay if it lands in his hands, you know, and
Sucks a little bit less.
yeah. And so as being a mom, and what would be some of your words of wisdom to everyone out there, especially going through this time right now with coronavirus and everything else? What would be like, you know, some of your keys to the car, so to speak?
It's okay to not be okay. I feel like we all think that we have to be like super strong and like, you know, nobody can like really know how much we're struggling. But like if you don't ask for help, nobody's gonna know that you need it. And one of the great things about kids is that they haven't been like jaded by the world. You know, it's like sometimes Wyatt will see me like frustrated over homework, and he's just like, "You okay, mommy?" And I'm like, "Not really." He's like, "It's gonna be okay." And then I'm just like, "Yeah, bud, like let's go play with your trains for a sec." You know what I mean? Like it's just like take those moments. Like Corona, I've not spent that much time with my son since he was like born. I got to spend 2.5 months with him every day. I haven't spent that much time. He'll be 5 this year. Um, and it's just like it's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to realize that it's hard because you're raising a whole human. You know, it's hard, it's difficult, and it's okay to ask for help. It doesn't mean that you're a bad parent. And it's just like it's just like any other thing, you know. It's like a hard shift that lasts for 18 years, but at some point during that hard shift you come up, you know what I mean? Like, and that's it. That's what it is. So it's all okay. It's all gonna be okay.
Well, I want to say thank you again, mainly for being my friend, and secondly for being, you know, an inspiration, I think, for anyone that is wondering how, why, where, when, all those questions. Because from you saying I need to pivot and school to now crushing the brand thing, to still crushing the, to now crushing the mom game even harder. I mean, you have evolved so much in like a window of time, and it is so dope. And I can't thank you enough. But we're not done, because I do have another question for you. I'm over here just trying not to get emotional my damn self, because I mean, just no, but being a Black man and being a person of color and seeing how my mom struggled and how the things she had to go through, and now to see this new age of women having to go through even in some ways worse things. And I'm saying this from a perspective, I'm saying out there, everyone, I'm not trying to act like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just yeah. But and then to see someone that I know personally have their struggles, be open with it, and still fucking find ways to win is so powerful. and it is amazing. And again, I can't thank you enough for being just here, not only on the show today, but in my life, because it's people like you that help people like me stay strong and become stronger. Because if the way you out there kicking ass, I have no reason to complain about anything.
Can I say though, you totally do. Like, that's the thing. It's so like,
all right, two complaints.
No, I mean, like, and honestly, one of my biggest things is it's just like, I really used to hate it when my dad would be like, I went through this and da da da, and I'm fine. And I'm like, no, you need therapy, my guy. Like, and that's okay, but like, you need therapy. And so for me, I feel like one of the reasons that I'm pretty like relatable to people, and why, it's like, I don't like when you say like what you say, like, I don't understand that. I'm vulnerable. And I feel like people need to realize that it's okay to be vulnerable. And guess what, Mo? Like, you're allowed to have those complaints and you're allowed to struggle, like everybody is, And like, it's okay, because just because I had 4 hours of sleep and you had 5 hours of sleep doesn't make either one of us less tired. You know what I mean? Like, we're both tired.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, that's okay. Like, and that's the thing. It's just like, I feel like people just need to be way more open with what they're struggling with. And people need to be way less judgmental about those struggles that people have, because everybody's different. So
that's real.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I like to say is we're all reading a book, the same book, we're just reading at different speeds,
Reading at different speeds.
We're going to get to the end at some point, but some of us will get there faster than others. Yeah. Damn, you should probably be a co-host of my show. I'm just shit. We do a whole nother spinoff. We'll call it Black Thought. And then we'll have the G-Tops. The G-Tops is going to be our house band.
The theme music.
Yeah, G-Tops in the back. But one more question before we bring Geo back in. Superpower. Now, you already have quite a few. You're a walking superhero, mind you. So if you were able to have a superpower, what would it be?
I'm going to be super honest. I've thought about this a lot. I'm a huge nerd, if people didn't know. I would have the ability to teleport, because I am always late to the airport. So being able to just teleport everything. See, that's the thing. It's like, you call me a superhero. I know myself. I am perpetually late to everything.
I know.
Perpetually. And so like, if I could teleport, that would resolve like 80% of my problems.
You know how I know you late? Because you late even when you out of town. That's how I know you late.
It's bad.
You only got to go this much of a distance, and you still gonna find a way to. Well, I got 13 seconds. I can get there.
Yeah, I have like, I don't know. I think that I have undiagnosed ADHD, so I get stuck in just like time jumps. and so I'll like look, and I'll just be like, oh my God, it's like 12:45. I don't have to be there until 3. And then I look up and it's 2:30, and I'm just like, guess I'll do it.
So this has been an amazing chat. It was well worth the wait. I'm looking forward to actually catching up with both of you guys later down the road, and seeing how things are going. But Parris, I can't thank you enough. But this is not over. We're going to be bringing Geo back in. So G, if you hear this, Daddy, go ahead and hit that little video button and come on back in, player.
Yo, I'm back.
There he is. So this show for me has been really awesome. I think, were we all at camp at the same time? Oh, no, we weren't.
Yeah.
We weren't.
Yeah.
So in 2019, I went to camp all 3 sessions. So
so you okay. Yeah. Okay. And actually that's where I met Mary, my producer, who good friend turned out to be future coworker, kind of through all this. So this has been a very dope episode. I think, just for perspective wise, and just to get a chance to see you guys, because I've shared my own personal moments with each of you. And, when I was thinking of who do I want to talk to this week, the sandwich was just ideal. So Geo, man, I can't thank you enough, Pop. I can't wait to squeeze and hug you again. Parris, the same goes for you. But we've got a couple minutes before we get out of here. Now, we're a superhero team, okay? It's me, you, Mary. Wait, that's all four of us. Yeah, me. No, that's anyway. All four of us. We're in a superhero group or a supervillain group. So, Geo, you got the job. What's the name of the group? Parris, you get to name what are our superhero names. And Mary, if you want to type in our powers or unmute yourself and tell us our powers, that would be great too. Or I can do it, either or.
Gosh.
It's to the whole team, this one. We can't be the G-Tops because that's going to be the name of our band / jetliner. So,
well, since we talked about camp so much, we got to throw in some squirrel action on this, I'm sure, right? It's got to be like something like, there's a local brewery here called Mighty Squirrel. Maybe just to take something off their name with the Mighty Squirrels.
I'm not mad at that. We could be okay. So we're the Mighty Squirrels. All right. So Parris, what's so I guess I'm the flying squirrel. So I'm gonna guess that I have.
No, you're not. I've already got this planned in my head. You're absolutely not.
Well, can I at least be my name, Flying Squirrel? But not my power.
So I mean, like, we can call you Flying Squirrel, but your superhero name is Mo Milk. Your superpower, you're gonna be able to turn any liquid into milk and control it against your enemies.
But it has to come from a different body part.
I hope you ain't lactose intolerant. I'm gonna fuck you up. Squirt, squirt.
Yep. Gonna need some bicep milk for this one.
Geo, he needs some milk. He all messed up. Geo is gonna be the strummer. And your superpower is gonna be like sonic waves from your banjo.
Yeah, there you go.
Fermenting squirrel.
And I'm gonna be the time turner. I'm gonna be able to turn back time so I can be late to anything that I want. And then Mary, I think is gonna be the producer. And she's gonna be able to manipulate. I guess that's telepathy.
Anything with a telly in front of it. You right?
Yeah, telekinesis. So yeah, we can be the Mighty Squirrels. We got Mo Milk, the strummer, the time turner, and the producer.
Hold on. Wait a minute, man. Hold on. Now I'm gonna go back through these powers, okay? Mary got telekinesis. Geo got sound waves coming out of his banjo. You can teleport.
No, I can turn back time. Mary was supposed to be the powers. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So you could turn back time.
So I can be late. Yeah.
And I turn liquid into milk.
You're like a water bender, but with milk.
Okay.
So you can encapsulate somebody into milk. It's not like you touch Lake Erie and then everything turns into milk. It's not like you touch the Pacific Ocean.
I just want to see him like, he wears a robe all the time and just takes stuff. He's got all the nipples, like.
Yeah.
But can I pull the calcium from their bodies is my question.
That seems like an OP Magneto moment. I'll give it to you. But there's like a detriment where then it's like, I don't know, for like a day, everything that you drink tastes like sour milk. I don't know, something like that. Like, you can't just be too OP and pull calcium from people's bodies with no repercussions. That's OP.
Oh, man. I think it's clear that the next time I decide to start a superhero company, I'm definitely going to hire Parris to head up the character development department. And there will be a lot of kids that don't like cereal in the morning because of lactose milk.
Yeah.
Guys, this has been again so much fun. I as I try to come up with a better word, the best word I could come up with is fun. And that's the kind of what I associate all of you with, is that in your heart there's a lot of fun, joy, but there's definitely a hard-working side that doesn't take no mess. But as we're getting ready to get out of here, if there's anything, one last nugget. Oh, no, I'll take this back. You're calling your mom, and no, because they see it and they might watch this and you might get in trouble, so we can't do that either. What is one thing you want to tell your younger self that you didn't tell yourself, that you wish you told yourself, because it would have saved yourself a whole lot of headaches? Parris, I'll start with you.
People are gonna like you and people are not gonna like you, so you should just be yourself anyways, because you're never gonna see any of those children ever again, because they're the worst. So yeah, I'd probably just tell myself, like, don't sweat it. You just have anxiety. It's all right.
Geo.
I would say, don't work in the restaurant industry.
Tell them 2020 was coming. Tell them.
Yeah.
You should
Tell
have
them
been
your
a doctor
30s are
by
coming,
now.
and then your 40s. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I guess my thing would be, don't lose your smile, and don't let anyone tarnish your glow.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you'll probably turn out okay.
Yeah. And
But
Mo had to travel back 200 years to tell his younger self.
I had to tell him, because this don't crack, baby. I understand. I had to tell him. Thank you guys so much. And this has been one of those episodes of Home Bars Live, as I've done this show for almost a year now, that I'll go back and look at and laugh, and hopefully you will too. So without further ado, we're going to be getting out of here. So from myself, Maurice Brooks, the fermenting squirrel, I will be signing out from the lovely San Francisco, California. And thank you, Parris, checking out with us from Georgia, who is blue now. Whoop, whoop, out here. Ain't no red state. It's a blue state. Uh-oh, get it? What it is. There it is. Uh-oh, robot, hit him with it. Hit him with it. Hit him. Oh, hit him one more time. Hit him one time. Oh, to the number one strummer, my guy Geo Thompson in the Boston of the Massachusetts. We're going to be signing out. We love you all. Thank everyone for joining us today. Until next week, same time, same place, I will be here with two more people doing the same thing again. This has been Home Bars Live.
Mo milk, mo problems.
Lactose in your face. Lactose.